Hey fam, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me with this round of a pick a card tarot reading. This time, I ask that you choose your crystal. We have the good old clear quartz, my personal favorite, the black obsidian, as well as the wonderful malachite. Now, you know how it goes. Take what resonates, and if nothing does, that's okay. You still have a plethora of options on this very platform, right? For me personally, I created this channel for sharing positive vibes. I feel like I more so am reminding people of how incredible and capable you really are. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, again, thank you so much. Either way, thank you so much for joining me. Timestamps are provided. I will see you there. Hey there to those who chose the beautiful clear quartz. This went so dainty and cute. Thank you so much for joining me. It's wonderful to see you as always. Let's begin with the archetype cards. I'm going to go ahead and select 2, 3. Let's do 3. Fault line. Things don't feel stable for you, but I do believe you've got this. As far as I'm concerned, you always got this, so maybe I'm biased, right? Now, the fault line usually shows up, like I was saying, when things are feeling very unstable and you may be unsure, but fam, usually you don't have to agree with me or with anything I say, quite frankly, but I feel like we usually know, you know what I mean? Deep down within, you know, maybe it's scary, maybe you are unsure because it's something you've never done before. That's okay. There's always a first time for everything, right? Let's check in here, just to be sure. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is an easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. Not unlike the Tower card in tarot, right? The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great value, great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. And when the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held on to for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. The crone. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden, mother, crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. Wow, my goodness, these 3 cards together, fan, my goodness, what's going on? I don't know about you, but I have like things from that were my father's. I have things that I tend to wear a ruby ring on this finger that was his mother's, you know what I mean? There are things that I've lost that were, you know, worth a lot or not, that were important to me, and I was sad to lose them. But you know, we began with a card very similar to the Tower, so I feel like you've been there and done that, and you know that you don't actually need anything but yourself, right? You certainly have a right to knowing that, fam. Let's move on to the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. I love this deck. It's so positive, and that's my thing. I do have some kitties here now, so if there are any sounds in the background, like I think there were, thank you very much for your patience. I deeply appreciate it. All right. That's an interesting vibe. What do we have here? Ooh, okay. So if you watched my most recent general reading, you probably recognize these 2 cards, don't you? Wow, fan, hello. Aww, fan. I love that I put that card down right next to the crone. You have every right to be confident, and maybe you're healing from the loss of, amongst other things, right? It's gonna take time, and that's okay. You've got this. They say that whatever we do comes back to us the same times 3. If a person's intentions are well-meaning, well, then that good energy will come back to them in buckets. And if a person's intentions are to do harm, then you get the picture here. Either way, the universe is getting ready to deliver its justice. This person might be you. If so, you should handle it with grace. Learn from your mistakes. Otherwise, this is most likely applying to someone who's caused harm to you and your loved ones. Justice is coming, fam. I love that this card has so much yellow and like golden earth tones to it. Like it's a new dawn. Oh, wow. And then we have the medallion right there. Boy, howdy. Let's go. Confidence. It seems like everywhere around you, people are chattering about how confident they are and just how freeing it feels. And you wish you could relate to them, but you haven't gotten there yet. Listen, it's all right. Confidence is not an instant or an overnight evolution. Just like with everything else, it takes time and practice and a lot of unlearning of toxicity. And that's the vibe I'm getting, that you've had a lot of toxicity in your life trying to seep into your veins and into your heart, and you never deserved that. So I'm glad that you're working on yourself. I'm glad that you're healing. Keep going, please. The world needs more of this kind of energy, okay? It desperately needs that right about now. I think we can all agree on that, regardless of where we live, right? Alrighty, you know what time it is if you've been if you've been joining me in these. It's clarification round. This is YouTube. Let's lighten it up a little bit, right? We've had a lot of dark, woo, right off the bat. We've had so many burdens weighing us down, and we've been doing the work. I keep saying we because, like, my general readings, the ending of the title for each video is Tarot for Kindred Souls. All right, just in case you're new here and you're like, what the heck does this? Because I can, first of all. But like, seriously, this is the vibe that I'm getting from this particular group of you. Is you're so tired. You're so tired. You've been trying and maybe you come from a very toxic, negative family, some stereotypical narcissism, maybe. I say stereotypical because there are some people that you would have no idea have that diagnosis, all right? But that's not you. And I know that oftentimes we can be a product of our environment, but I feel like that's one of the things you've been evolving from is, oh, no, that's not me. So whatever it is that is still around, that you've still been holding on to and trying to, almost like kind of what they lead us to believe on how to deal with like a snake bite. You're not actually supposed to suck the venom out of the womb. My goodness, why did I say womb? You're also not supposed to pee on a jellyfish sting, please, fam, no. All right, what's going to be the first card in this round? Let's see what comes flat. Darn tootin', what I say. You've been through so much, but there's still that passion within you, right? There's still that desire and absolute courage. You may feel a bit wobbly, you still got your sea legs going, but bit by bit, fam, bit by bit, you're claiming your future, yourself, and who you really are. And fam, it is coming, all right? You keep going. The Queen of Wands to me it might as well be the Magician, right? But it's feminine energy. It's nurturing. It's what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. There's a fire burning within you. And no matter what has happened, even when it seems like it's going down and it's about to go out. No, fam. No. Let's coax it. Let's feed it. Because that is you. And you will no longer, like, better, right? You've learned so much and you know better at this point, and you're not going to be capable of falling for the things that you once did. You know that whatever that toxicity is that has been in your life, whether it's a parent or a sibling or so-called friends, I just got a sense that you've burned, like a lot of bridges have been burned one way or another. And there have been people, you know, maybe you've had moments of loneliness because there used to be others in your life. And while it's nice to not have that negativity or that, like you knew you couldn't trust them. But like, you know, it's okay if you still manage to feel lonely. Like at least you had someone, right? But you deserve better. You deserve to have people in your life that feed you blessings, that feed you compliments. To give is to receive. Never forget that. As long as you're pumping positive vibes on out there, positive vibes are going to come right on back, fam. Oh, yep. This is stemming from your childhood. Maybe not everyone. Let's cover all bases. It's okay if you had a good childhood. I hope you did. I want that for everyone. There are things about you that you're starting to remember from your childhood, and you're finally, see, there's a guard over here. I can never not notice the guard over there. This is a very particular vibe, right? These cups overfloweth with life and beauty and wonder. To give is to receive. I don't know if you're helping those who are younger than you. I don't know if like you have children and you're just not treating them the way that you were treated. And that's incredible. That in and of itself is huge, right? You're the type of person who would never do those things to anyone else. And I repeat, the world needs more of that. Or, you know, it's just a thing. It's a passion. It's a desire, whether it's creativity. Courage keeps coming up. Courage. Not liquid courage. Absolute courage. You're still here. Thank goodness. You are still here. You have every right to be. And I beg of thee to keep going. There's a lot being offered to you. And if it hasn't yet, it's coming. It's time. It's time. I'm not necessarily feeling a timeline. At least not yet. With these. Wow. Look at that balance. We have the feminine and the masculine. Is that what this is about? Balance in your passions, in your drive. I mean, maybe it's phallic. Hey, baby. Maybe that's the balance that's going on. No. I feel like you have the drive, you have the passion, you have the courage, but you've also been... your heart and your emotions are also... Are you a creative? And that is so many things. It's not just sculptures and painting and stippling, pointillism, if you will. That's my favorite. That's me right there. I love it. That's why I was like, I'm gonna hold this up and show it off to everybody because you just need to see it, okay? I love microns. But there's also an ability, like there's so much fluidity to your evolution. You are now capable of riding those waves, right? You're secure within yourself. You've learned so much, but also not about others, but yourself, right? And there's this lovely balance to your life now that maybe you're not used to, and you're trying to have that stability. You're definitely creating it, fam. Heck yeah. Yes. So this is either someone younger in your life bringing a message or helping you, right? Your children, a family friend, or, you know, your niece or nephew, you know, the younger humans. Or this is your reminder to enjoy your life again, if not for the first time. Really, truly, unconditionally. Right? Is that the initial version of love that you were taught? Conditionally? Did you have someone going, don't say I never did nothing for you? Right? You are capable of unconditional love. Or you just, you know, need to be silly and play with a fish. Whatever that means for you, right? It's okay if you've been letting go of or recognizing that there are those that, even though you love them and you care for them and you want the best for them, you can't depend on them. That's okay, fam, because you can depend on yourself. You're the only one that you need. Absolutely down to your core need to depend on. Resources are resources, and friends can only help us so much, right? It's good to have someone to vent to feel safe around, to be yourself around, even if it's a little silly. But you are the one to depend on the most throughout your life, right? Yep. Those wounds have cut deep. These are scars that aren't going to ever fade away. They're always going to be there, be visual. And that's okay. Because they, in their own ways, have healed. If you're new here, I like to sing a particular song when I see certain cards. And if this isn't your first time hanging out with me, you know what it is. Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Please, I haven't been awake for long. Let me do warm-ups first. Oh my goodness. It can feel so dang dramatic sometimes. Maybe sometimes you drive yourself crazy with it. But that doesn't make it any less real. That doesn't make your feelings, your opinions, and thoughts any less valid, does it? You've grown so much, and what's one of the most wonderful things about the tens? That's the ending of a cycle. Boy, howdy. Yep. You have been betrayed, lied to, cheated on, snubbed, disrespected. But I think that's a dawn. I think this is the beautiful golden morning dawn. And you got what you need. You have your mental clarity now. You have yourself and all of that wisdom gained. So you can leave those things behind that do not serve you. They never served you. There's no, oh, well, it no longer serves. It never served. And it can get out now, right? Here comes the sun. Now I'm hearing 3 little birds. Sit by my doorstep, right? Singing sweet songs, fam. Your hopes and dreams, your everything. Maybe you're a performer. Maybe it's your time. Either way, to shine. Yeah. You've learned so much. You've grown so much. So don't worry. I have really bad stage fright too. Fam, I'll be at karaoke holding the microphone, shaking so bad, right? But I still get compliments. Hey, you know? Like, I had a chance to warm up, fam. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, fam. Just because I messed up on some notes singing that little ditty, alright? You've got this. So you leave all of that in the past and you pick yourself back up and you get out of Dodge. Whatever that means for you. I'm not telling you to spend your last penny trying to, you know, whatever you got to do, figure out your resources. If it's a matter of moving, so be it. Make your plans, figure out what works for you, and follow through. Sometimes that's the hardest thing, whether it's a New Year's resolution or not. That's the hardest thing. Following through, not just sticking to it. Follow through. It's like when you're driving and somebody's trying to get over, but they're like, and they just kind of ride the like, follow through, man. This is a life or death situation. Please follow through. Right? What's the epilogue to this story? Oh, goodness gracious. What? What do you think? Is that a new Dawn 2, fam? Hey. Right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, something I've been feeling a lot lately when I do see this card, bear with me, still, thank you, is what if this dog is your wisdom gained, right? What if through all of this, you've gained so much wisdom and you know, like, oh crap, I'm so glad I looked down. I almost went off a dang cliff. Oh my goodness, can you imagine how horrible that was? Right? You know better now. You know so much. And it's like you keep learning, right? You haven't shut yourself off from learning. You're reveling in the fact that you have control over your education now. I certainly hope you do, whether you paid for it or not. Thank goodness for the internet when it comes to that, right? There's so much we can learn for free. There's a lot of paywalls trying to just come up all over the place. Even stuff like, what is it, Coursera? There are things like when I was learning Korean, they have 2 things now. One of them, the second one, is now behind a paywall, right? It used to be free. But we have access to so much. There are college lectures, including MIT, including Yale, up on YouTube. This very platform, right? Sorry, I totally sprayed it for a moment there. I meant to say it and not spray it, and then I just got excited. What's at the bottom, fam? Oh my goodness. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. It's okay to separate yourself from the toxicity, from those who, you know, if we only know what we know, well, they only know how to provide pain. I keep wanting to say illicit, who provide pain and mockery, right? Or they just keep misinforming and then rolling with it like, well, I said what I said, so it had to be the truth. But you know it wasn't, right? You have been doing so much work. These swords are up on the wall because they're not needed anymore. And this one is right there. If you need it, you know how to handle the situation, right? Hey, kid, what's up? The shy one has come out and is like, you moved some things around. Oh my goodness, this thing is bright. Like, that is there just in case you ever need it, but you probably don't need it anymore, fan. You are coming into your own. Whether it's again, you know, like it's okay to evolve numerous times and grow. It's okay to meditate and remember the sound of your heartbeat. Something tells me that's exactly what you've been doing. So it may hurt. There's some people you're letting go that you love. You've loved them so much. Their words had meant so much to you, and they just chiseled away at you. They don't get to do that anymore. Reclaim your power. Continue to. Maybe you've been able to recognize that you yourself, your tongue has been like a blade. But that's the difference, isn't it, fam? You acknowledge that you are capable of affecting people. That when you say crappy things, you bring people down. And you never want to make anyone ever feel like that. You're not a little mini-me running around sharing these horrible ways of existing, right? Nah. What are the extra notes? Let's see. Okay. Do you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer? The character of Faith, honestly, they've said that the characters Buffy and Faith, because if you don't know the show, if you don't know the lore, it's just supposed to be one Slayer at a time, right? Because of balance, right? Or so, you know. So the people who created the Slayer would like. Except Buffy was different. Buffy's a bit of a catalyst, right? And the deal with Faith being able to even exist and be called to be a Slayer, and them existing at the same time, it's like, you know, we got a glimpse in an episode called The Wish of what could have happened to Buffy if she hadn't moved to Sunnydale with her mom and had these friends who were so willing to help her. She kind of resembled Faith, right? Faith is from Massachusetts and didn't really have that kind of upbringing, that love and support, those friends that were looking out for her, wanting to help her. But she still grows. She gets to have her own redemption arc, right? Her own version of evolution and growth. And she's so very strong. Right? Yeah, I'm a fan. It's okay if you're not. Oh, I see the word Sagittarius. Who's the Sagittarius in your life? What's on the bottom? Treat yourself. You take care of yourself, okay, man? You be good to you. That's not selfishness. It's balance. You cannot escape yourself, no matter how many substances of any kind that you try to, you know, take care of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing, like, if that's a part of the toxicity, like, oh yeah, okay, fine, take care. Like, you're not the type of person to only take care of yourself, right? If we're kindred souls, right? You want everyone to be happy. But you're recognizing that you can't change others. But if we're going by the law of assumption and the law of attraction and the fact that you yourself can create and are creating your own reality, that's still going to affect anyone that comes within your realm, right? You're this vibe emanating, and you are capable of drawing in the wonderful, wonderful blessings that you've longed for, okay? No one is allowed to take that from you again. you've always been allowed to provide that for yourself. And anyone telling you differently and trying to take that away from you, what do I say? They can take it to the mirror. Thank you. Thank you. No, really, though. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time. And until next time, always remember that I love you. Hey, Black Obsidian crew. These are my favorites. I love them so much. I love putting them under lights and really looking at them. Let's get my ducky over here and the skull over here and the froggy over there. That's where I like it. All right. Goodness gracious, fam. I was like, all right, let's clear the energy of group one. And I was like, you are the go-getters, aren't you? You got, like, there's like a very vibrant, let's do this energy going on right now. And I'm just, you can't see, but I'm like dancing over here. Okay. Whew. What's up? A froggy. Let's go right there for now. Let's begin with the archetype cards. Wow. It's quite a vibrant vibe to you, fam. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm not just saying that because Black Obsidian is my favorite, and I probably totally would have chosen this too. I swear. I swear. Okay, all right. Just into this time. Ooh. A healer. And the box. Who put you in a box? Did you put you in a box? Words, Amy. Did you put you into a box? Please, like, why? I have questions. Right off the bat, I have some questions. The healer. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force from which we so easily drift away. In Sanskrit, the word avidya. I'm never going to be offended if I'm corrected in my pronunciations. I would rather pronounce them correctly. It means forgetting. And it is said that this is the source of all suffering and dis-ease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its own origin, much like the Ouroboros. The box. We all live to some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is a box around you now, made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going. Hey, Kitty, welcome to the party. Break through. An exquisite life requires it. Break on through to the other side. Hey, moving on to the belief in yourself, in your own magic, in your own magic oracle deck. And these positive vibes. You never needed those wings to fly, beep beep. See that 13 peeking through? I did too, Pip. What else is a 13th card? We just had this the other day as well. You don't need someone else to fix you. Oh. Draw another one. Okay, I'll draw another one. That's fine. I can do it. Here's another one. Ooh. Be your own first priority. That may sound selfish, and I really, really, really need you, if you don't already, to know that that's just not. It's just not. It's like, I think they even mention the oxygen masks in a plane in this one, in the paragraph about it. If you've never been on a plane, when they go over initially the, it's possible, it happens. They go over, you know, if emergencies happen, the things to do, the knowledge you need, like the oxygen mask, which emergency exits to use, and all that good, right? And they always say to put your oxygen mask on first, before you help others. You need to make sure that you are right with yourself, you know what I mean? That you're okay, that you're nurture yourself. I'm babbling, aren't I? Someone is trying to convince you that you're broken beyond repair. Unless you accept their helping hand, of course. If someone offers to fix some part of you, it's not because they're selfless or kind. They know that you're in a vulnerable place, and they want to make you entirely dependent on them. Tell them no thank you. You know exactly how to put the gold in your own cracks. I like that here. Number 25. I think that Amanda is going to describe it better than I just did anyway, so here we go. Why? Do you relate to that, what I just did? Did you hear me? Oh my goodness. Whatever you're currently grappling with, you must put yourself first. Oh my goodness, the kitty. I don't want to block out the kitty. When you're on an airplane, they always tell you to put on your own oxygen mask before you try to help your neighbor with theirs. That is to say, if you don't make sure your own energy bar is full, then you'll have no energy to give someone else. Be brave enough to admit when you need to take a step back from the demands of others and work on making sure you're okay. I just got a vibe from someone that they're not really into things like therapy and stuff like that. Why? If you, especially if you have, you know, better health insurance and such than too many of us, you should have options, right? If you have options, then you have a right to not enforce an act. You have a right to choose your options. If you go to a therapist and it's just like with tarot readers, if the vibe isn't right, move on to the one that is. Same with doctors. That's why people get second opinions, right? Maybe whoever that is that I got that vibe from, maybe that's your box. Maybe you're of an age of those who were like, walk it off, walk it off. No, I'm fine. We don't talk about our feelings around here. How is black obsidian created, fam? Right? Hello? My goodness. You have every right to heal, to be kind to yourself. When I've recently been learning Reiki, and one of the first things you do is learn to heal yourself. You begin with self Reiki. It is encouraged. It is a part of the process. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. You don't have to listen to me, but I appreciate you giving me even a moment of your time, okay? Let's do this. Ooh, right off the bat. Ace of Swords. Woo-hoo-hoo. There's a clarity like never before in your entire life that's been coming through, hasn't it? It's been able to come through now, hasn't it? You're seeing things in a different light. Hermit. But also the Four of Cups. Huh, those two kind of go hand in hand though, don't they? I'm just going to vibe up here on my mountain and make sure my ducks are, my duckies are in a row. And it'll be all good. Oh, okay. Oh, no, cut the deck. Okay, fine, I'll cut the deck. Dang. Chapter 1. Goodness, are you we're just going to start with a fool's journey right off the bat. Are you kidding me right now? You're on a new journey unlike anything ever before. This has been quite an evolution, hasn't it? Wow. I guess my question for you is, are you just throwing caution to the wind and about to go off a cliff? Or are you going to listen to this little doggy that's there and look down at just the right time? Divine timing, eh? And realize you're about to go off a cliff? Okay, so with the Knight of Swords, this could be a message coming in. A new thing is coming in hot. This is one of the quickest knights in the entire deck, right? They're on a mission. They have this mission and it's go time, right? So either something's coming in hot or this is you and you're full speed ahead. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Wow. You know what? Wow. Instead of instead of the white doggy, it's white horse. You are your own white horse, aren't you? I mean, my goth ass would totally get a black horse, but you do you, BB. I'll buy one for you. They're ready for anything. They have their wisdom gained from their life experience, and they have the clarity to be able to smell bullshit coming from a mile away, right? They're not being tricked into they're not gullible. The only caution that I usually give with this is to remember that swords are double-edged, and make sure that, you're not flippant. You're cognizant of your words, okay? Wow. Huh. Salamanders are impervious to fire. You've been through a lot. I know this king is sitting down, but you're still standing, aren't you? Whatever that means for you. You can have a cozy chair. I hope it's cozy. But like I was saying with this knight, there's no confusion anymore. There's passion. There's courage. There's what's next. What you got? They know who they are. They're like a phoenix, right? This isn't their first rodeo. So we got that masculine energy. What's next? Yay! Joy and celebration, community, right? If you have struggled to find friends who are true, you know what I mean? They believe in you, they support you, they build you up, and they're not gaslighting you. The part of your evolution is opening yourself up to welcome them in, right? You know, there's a big difference. Like, you're not worried. You know, it's like, might be showing my age and I don't care. This isn't my space. This isn't, you know, you're not that person with a Facebook account that has a bajillion freaking friends. You know who the real ones are. You're not easily fooled. Certainly not at this point in your life. So be sure that you're open. To give is to receive, right? The fact that it's coming up underneath the Fool. I feel like you know the difference now between a daydream and a hobby and the things that you want to bring to fruition, the things that you wish to manifest, the vibes, the hopes and dreams. You're parting the clouds of illusion, right? You've been pulling the wool off of your eyes. Wow. Are you a performer? With this card appearing, this is making me think of actors and such, right? Putting on all those different hats of, you know, even just creativity. You don't have to be an actor. It's all good. There are different things that you want to do. And maybe for a while you felt like you had to pick and choose. You're allowed to be multifaceted, right? What if you really could have it all? You really can, I mean. Pardonnez-moi. Now that with your wisdom gained, you know, because I'm feeling like you don't need praise. I mean, it feels good to be appreciated, right? To be seen, right? But it's almost like maybe you're not quite comfortable with being seen. But that may be due to this box that you're in, to others trying to be your first priority, to try to put yourself beneath them, right? In the pecking order or whatever. Maybe you're aware of when it's hollow, right? And it doesn't go to your head. So if that's the case, what are you scared of? If you've got a good head on your shoulders, if you have all of this wisdom gained, What are you so scared of when it comes to the limelight? It's okay to recognize the hard work that you've put into things. It's okay to be proud of yourself and all these steps that you've taken, all of these things that you've done. It's okay to feel good in your own skin, in your own mind. And if others enjoy it, go. Right? I feel like knowing how fraudulent praise can be, because right when you think about celebrities and people on the internet, it's like we love to build people up just so that we can take our crap out on them just as easily, which I don't understand, right? It's like people don't realize that all they're doing is putting their own pain and fears out there when they're taking their crap out on a complete stranger on the internet. Like, look at the way that people speak to one another on the internet when they think there's no consequence, right? And that can make praise really difficult to swallow. What if there are things that you deserve to feel good about, that you deserve to be recognized for? You know, in some cultures, it's frowned upon to say thank you. If somebody's like, hey, you're really pretty, you know, if you say thank you, they're like, oh, so you think you're pretty. And it's such a, like, why, dude? Why? Right? Boosh. Wow. Wow. Underneath the King of Wands? Really? Wow. So we have a lot of masculine energy. I just felt like you're finally free and able to empower yourself with that masculine energy. Maybe you've been trying to get away from your biological family and find your chosen family. Did I just hear a ding? I just heard, it wasn't my watch. I swear I just heard a ding. Almost like someone tapped on a glass. All are welcome here is all I have to say about that. You're gonna find them. You have risen from the flames like a phoenix. Maybe you've had to do it multiple times. And let me tell you, every single time you've become better and better and better. That's the lovely thing about aging, fam. All the things we learn that we figure out that we can, you know, that become a part of us because we want it to, and we leave behind the things that just don't belong to us, right? Boosh. Ooh. Things are about to change. Let it crumble, fam. Let the walls of the box that has been surrounding you crumble away. This is all a part of the evolution process. And this particular couldn't happen unless you reach this point. However painful this may be right now, or whatever's going on, it's for the better. It's for your own good. But really, because it's your choice. This is your choice. We're getting rid of old ideals and things. Like I said, we're removing the rose-tinted glasses. We're removing the web from our eyes. The wool, that's what it was, the other W word. The wool from our eyes. You know, they say that in psychology or whatever, that The first 7 years of a person's life, a child's life, is so important from all the stuff that you learn, those initial wrinkles in your brain. That plays out for the rest of your life. How you love, how you handle love, how your work ethic, what you expect your relationship with money, it's all formed within the first 7 years of your life. Now I'm hearing that from the Buffy musical episode, Walk Through the Fire. Because where else can you turn? Van, the only way out is through. And you've got this. The Pentacles is everything. That's your foundation. That's all those little seeds. You've been tending to this. You've been cultivating. You've been nurturing. Yay! The only way out is through. Please make it through. Right? You've got this. You've got this in spades. And you may have had some people around you that were basically false prophets. You know what I mean? That were liars and deceivers, that were great when things were great, when you were doing what they wanted you to do. And maybe you've realized some of them had no business being drawn closer to you. Some of them have no, but there's a big difference between acquaintances that you can groove and have some drinks with and people who should be in your own bed, right? People you should be welcoming into your home and drawing oh so much closer than any of your enemies. Why are you drawing enemies closer to you? It's a waste of your time. They can get out and they can stay out. This is nurturing. This is home. This is stable. This is everything. And all of that's a lot of masculine energy, and maybe that's what you're needing. Maybe you're needing that that stamina, that ability to not only protect others and care for others, but also yourself. This king isn't letting anybody down. There's so much, like, look at that life. They're all over him. The plants, the vines. It took me way too long to get that word. Oh, right. But there's also, look at the king. Wow. Look at this. What did I say? Burning bridges, because there are better people in your future. There's a wealth of life in store beyond this tower moment. You've been working hard and diligently, and there's been some superficial bullshit. People with opinions on how to take care of yourself and what to do, and they're full of it. And quite frankly, even if it worked for them, that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You know what feels right in the depths of your soul. You know what you need. Or else we wouldn't be here having this conversation. I'm not here to bring any new revelations into your life. I'm more so confirming for you. You've got this. Burn those bridges, because something tells me you're going to do it with eloquence. Right? You're going to do it with respect, and you'll be cognizant of your words. You'll be aware, like, look at the mental clarity, the realization of, oh, that's who you think you are. That's how you think this is. Well, nope. Get on. I like to call this the fuck around and find out card. They didn't have to fuck around. They wouldn't have found out that you're not taking that crap anymore. You're not putting up with that anymore. Maybe there have been things that you felt like you had to put up with in order to make peace, to make things okay. Nah. The real ones, if they're not there already, they're going to be drawn in because you are opening yourself up in the most healthy and wonderful of ways. You've got this. We have pentacles, not any pentacles, the King of Pentacles. We have wands, we have swords. We have very particular major arcana. This Emperor is doing just fine, but he can handle business. Whatever comes up, he's got it, right? He knows exactly who he is. Nobody else is confusing him on that. You know, there's a big difference between being a king who takes care of everyone, who's passionate, courageous, and someone who's just making others suffer. You're not the one making others suffer, and you don't need anyone else to fix you. So if you need to love them from afar because, you know, they're on their own journey, they have their own reality that they're dealing with, their own boxes and walls that they're, you know, crumbling. And some are just clinging to what was because they're scared of what may be. But you know better. So you just, yeah. Come what may, you've got this. You know who you are. You know what fuels you, what sustains you, and you are capable of helping others. You are not a fraud. You're an incredible human being, just like I said in the beginning. I mean the whole video, not just this portion of the program. Wow, okay, that was a weird shuffle. Scorpio, Heartbreaker. Ooh, but the other thing about this, goodness gracious, the other little notes. Why? The little notes in this is, it's okay. They don't deserve you. I'm gonna just... Oh. Ooh. Enjoy the silence while it lasts, fam. Hey. Okay. That tells me to cut the deck. Amy, stop shuffling. It's right here. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. I love that quote so much. I have a little sticky note on my modem on my desk. Yes, I do. Don't be a statistic. You know what's possible, and you know what doesn't work. You've had plenty of examples throughout your life, regardless of your age. You know you've learned what's possible. What's at the bottom? You know what to do. You've got this. You know what to do, and you got this. Boop-a-doo, boop-boop-a-doo. Heck yeah, fam. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. You've got quite the journey still to go. It's okay. You're not done yet. So even if, you know, you have a dark night of the soul, guess what? Level up. Level up, level up, level up. That's all that is. Leveling the fuck up. Dude, you got the Emperor and you've got 2 kings up. You don't need me to tell you what to do. You just do your thing and you keep growing and evolving because you are definitely heading in the right direction. You are rocking this shit. All right, fam? Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. And always remember that I love you. Hey there, Malachite crew. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining me. Now, right off the bat for this group, I got the sense of someone having difficulty coming to a decision. You know, choosing between your options. So let's see if we can help gain some clarity on the situation for you. Start with the archetype cards. Kind of feel like actually I want to lay out all of the cards and then flip them over. I've never done it like that before, so thank you for joining me on this adventure. Let's see what kind of fun we can get into. Wait, whoa. Okay, I'm going with it. There's 2. And then the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. Whoa, forgot. Hello? Sometimes there's just so much, right? And it could go either way. I don't know. Sometimes it's our fear of how things have gone in the past. Sometimes we reach that point where it's like, well, you know, the most common or the common denominator is, you know, it's me, me, me. Fan, what am I doing? Is that how it feels? Like, what am I even doing? I almost flipped them back over again. Or I almost flipped them. Woo! What is that? What's that about? Okay. Hello? It's okay. You've still got this, then. I believe in you. I know that you're capable. We got the 2 of Swords, Indecision, and the Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. Cut the deck. Start facing them down. So, 1 hair, my goodness. 2, 3, 4, 5. And the epilogue. Okie dokie, artichoke. This is so weird. First time for everything, fam, right? Okay, so starting with the archetypes, the box, and the self. Now the box was in group 2, so if you dig black obsidian like I do, I love all these crystals, or I wouldn't own them, right? If you felt drawn to that, feel free to consider this a confirmation. These cards are so pretty. I find it very interesting that we got 2 of the cards that have the similar watercolor rainbow action going on, right? Look at that pearl. Okay. Just in case, we all live to some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, anticipated, and expected. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. Oh, I feel like my blood sugar just dropped. What is that about? The box is sneaky, insidious, and everywhere, limiting us to the most unconscious levels at the most. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, and bravery. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job. The pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There is a box around you now, made of some type of confining thought. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Keep going. Break through. An exquisite life requires it. The self. The self is the prism that allows the spectrum of our personalities to radiate. It does not judge, prohibit, surpass, or oppress any of its parts, as it lovingly knows that all aspects have a time and a place, and leads us to experience the full breadth of life's offerings. The self is the central abiding container, the awareness of the infinite universe of possibilities. When this card appears, it's a call to step back in, to witness consciousness, to observe yourself navigating the world. Ask yourself, am I the stew or am I the chef? Oh my goodness, now I am hungry. Geez Louise, why'd you have to mention food? In most situations, our ego draws us into the cauldron where we swirl, spin, and smolder in chaos. Yet the self is a graceful culinary dancer, watching, waiting, observing as the spectrum of ingredients become the flavor of our life. Look in the mirror for 30 seconds or more. Attempt to see the you behind the you. Those two together. I feel like there are things, like you've been feeling very confined, and yet there's a lot of change occurring, a lot of evolution happening, and you're kind of like, it's difficult to enjoy peace and love and joy, you know what I mean? And stability when you're used to chaos, right? Your cortisol levels are high and you're constantly assuming crash position because you know how to handle crash position. But you're also recognizing that you're tired and you need growth. You need healing. So maybe there are parts of the past that you're still holding on to because it's comfortable. And you've been recognizing that there's a difference between the oyster and the pearl. Yeah. Wow. Wow, fam. Holy cow pie, Batman. Not only is it right in line with all of that, but it's 3 and 4. Synchronicity, chronological, that's a thing, fam. You're learning how to be comfortable in your own skin. I feel like it's finally, like, finally, right? It's time you took a step back and spent some quality time with your one true best friend, yourself. Look up some yoga videos on YouTube. Try out guided meditation. Read a book from a genre you might not usually read. Take a morning stroll around your neighborhood and discover places you've never been before. When we take the time, who did that? Did I just hear somebody think, oh, you mean go into people's houses? People get arrested for that. Yes, they do, friend. Oh my God. You're silly. I like it. All right. When we take the time needed to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. Oh yeah, respect yourself, okay? Treat your body like the palace it is. You've been feeling self-conscious as of late. Maybe always. But the answer isn't to change anything about yourself. The answer is to learn to love the body you've been given. Avoid those crash diets, that extreme exercise, or any other unhealthy behavior. Remember, anything in excess is bad, okay? Even the supposed good shit. Take strides toward a healthy mindset that accepts yourself as you are, not what you feel pressured to be. There was a thought that I had within there that I lost along the way. Confidence, self-confidence. Maybe you've never, thought you were the most beautiful person on earth, but you were, not that bad. You better knew how people responded to you, what they were telling you looked like, right? Maybe it wasn't what you saw in the mirror or you've been seeing. And there's, that can be difficult, right? Because we know how fickle people can be, but we also know how superficial people can be, right? So if they're like, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, it's okay. You're cute. Someone told me that once. I used to work in a used bookstore, and this one chickie mama, I don't know if it was just a bad joke or something or what, but I didn't get it. I was just like, I don't get it. And she patted me on the shoulder and was like, it's okay. You're cute. Like, are you kidding me? That's not a friend, fam. That's no way to talk to anyone, right? Especially if they obviously want to know. Like, no, help me to understand. Don't be condescending, right? It's difficult to be able, especially after a point, to believe people when you know that it can just as easily disappear because of superficiality, right? But we're all beautiful in our own right, including you. You're beautiful. There's this glow within you, and maybe that's why. That's why there have been people talking down to you and trying to control you and harness you and tell you who you are and what you look like, because they see it and it makes them feel insecure because they have their own healing to do. They're on their own journey. They don't get to dictate yours, okay? So you do whatever you need to do to heal so that you can be comfortable in your own skin, all right? Regardless of your size, regardless of whether you have cystic acne or not, okay? Clarification found. To give is to receive. And you don't want to give toxicity any more than you wish to receive toxicity. You don't want to make others feel the way you've been made to feel in your life. This is the ebb and flow of the universe and life itself. To give is to receive. I keep hearing take. People keep taking from me. They just pick. And I have nothing left. You're left. You are still here. Thank goodness. Because the world is so much better with people like you in it. Look around. There may be so much darkness. There is genocide happening in multiple countries, for crying out loud. We need less toxicity and more positivity. We need people who are giving out the most positive of vibes. We need healing. Hurt hurts. Heal. If you are not already within the tower moment, some big changes are in store for you. I have a feeling you know darn well, because you're bringing this on yourself. You're crumbling down these walls that are around you, because as comfortable as it may be, because you know what to do, you don't want it anymore. You want more. You want love and joy and stability. And that means these walls need to crumble. And change needs to occur. Change is occurring. It can be difficult feeling like you're on top of the world, because maybe it feels like there are people poking at you, like Anakin, and you're Obi-Wan going, but I have the higher ground. Question. Do you think these are actually poking at this person, or are they just leaning up against the cliff face or whatever, the wall? And this person is merely setting those down. Or, I like to ask this question if you've watched any of my previous readings, have they picked that one up to send it flying right on into the Eight of Wands? Who do you have to fight with? Who has any say in how you take in oxygen besides you, fam? Boosh. What am I saying? This is all good. You're heading into the best direction for you. So whatever these choices are that you may be struggling with, what if it's a situation of why not both, right? What makes your soul purr? What is it that you really truly want to do that is all these positive vibes? And why wouldn't you be able to have it, fam? What if it's right there in the palm of your hand? Wow. Okay, saying that with that phallic symbol just... Oh my goodness. We doing some sex magic, yay! What? Oh my goodness, this has been a long time coming. Whoo! Wow. This is the slowest night of the tarot. And it's coming up underneath giving and receiving. You're learning how to, like, okay, it's like knowing when love is conditional. But fam, you love unconditionally, don't you? Whether you've had to hold people at arm's length or not, you still love them. They still mean the world to you. No matter where they are, no matter how long it's been, it still means so much to you. It's a part of you now. But you need to figure out a healthy, like the healthier coping mechanisms of it all, right? That's what you're doing. And this is all absolutely encouragement. What? Absolutely encouraging. Words. Oh my goodness. Wow. See? See? It's working. This is it. This is exactly what you need in order to harvest all of these seeds that you've been trying to plant in your meditations, in your manifestations, in your affirmations, whatever tools and resources that you are using. I like to say that meditation is the best free resource that we have access to, right? May you be allowed to meditate, right? If you struggle with meditation, please acquaint yourself with the many ways to meditate. It's not just like this. It could look completely different for you, right? Sometimes it's just being able to listen to music and hit that vibe. You know what I mean? What is a song that can help you when you're in a bad mood? Right? What's your comfort food? What are those things that, that can be a form of meditation for you, right? Wow. Okay, all right. I think this came up in group 1. So if you liked them all and you wanted them all, here's your confirmation. You dig? You have a lot of internal scarring. People, they don't even see, they don't even know what's really been going on. They don't even know how they affect you because they're stuck in their own crap, right? They're just continuing with what they know. They don't realize that they're doing it wrong, or do they? Maybe that's a part of their anger, their frustration, their own, is they know it doesn't feel good. But it's what they know. The difference is you are able to see outside of yourself. You're capable of looking past the tip of your own nose. You're capable of being affected by them. Your mental state. And that cycle is over. Let the walls crumble, figuratively. Or, literally, if that's what you need to do. If you need to grab a sledgehammer and go to town on some things, whether you go to an actual, like they have those rooms that you can go into now to break things. I mean, if you throw a glass just to hear it break and just to get that, who's going to clean it up now, right? These wounds have been deep and too plentiful at times. There's been too much that you've taken on internally, mentally, and it's time to let it go. It's time to be comfortable in your own skin. It's time to retrain your subconscious to speak nice, to use better words when it speaks to you. Our subconscious doesn't care, man. There's no feeling to it. There's no favoritism. Your subconscious is spewing right on back to you what it's been trained to do. I'm not going to tell you to stop listening to particular music and stuff that you really like, but I just heard Let the Sun Shine In, right? Oh, but now I'm thinking of that movie, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Listen, that's like my favorite horror movie for a long time. It's been my favorite. I love that movie so much. But there's a particular song about the sunshine and stuff like that. But I sing a particular song whenever I see this card. And that is, I went to open my mouth and Three Little Birds from Bob Marley came out. But it's, I can't even think of the song that I tend to sing. Wow. First time for everything indeed. But that's a dawn. This is a very painful 10 card from the tarot. But it is also the end of a cycle. Do that work. Continue healing. It's been a long time coming. It is long overdue. And those reins are in your hand now. 100%. Wow. Are you kidding me right now? That lineup? This is over and done. These 3 cups that I've spilt. You've been, it's like this depression, this darkness that has been within you and all these internal wounds, right? Like I get a sense that there's at least someone here who's done a lot of self-infliction. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, you never deserved that. You didn't give birth to yourself, fam. I mean, you know, they say, you know, soul contracts, we choose this life. Your soul has been growing so much, evolving so much. You need to stop holding on to what you know, to what's comfortable. Let the walls crumble already, fam. Whether you need to reach out to a professional, and remember, first of all, may you have all the options. It is 2024. I am an American. May you have the best options when it comes to medical insurance and therapy and all of that, right? May you remember to get a second opinion if you need to. May you remember that if a therapist, if it's just not jiving, if it doesn't feel right, there are plenty more. You know what I mean? May you not have to worry about, oh, it's out of network, right? Because this person has 2 more cups back there. You know, it's kind of like the, what is it, the 7 of Swords that people tend to refer to as the thief of the tarot, but it doesn't have to be a negative because it can mean that others have lied and stolen and everything, but you have the wisdom gained to move on from that, and you can leave some behind to, you know, stew in its own toxicity. That's their healing journey. That's their journey. Maybe your parent or whoever started this for you, because those formative years are so important, right? That's where we learn all of the self-destruction from. Whether it's a parent or both of them or siblings or classmates bullying you, whatever the heck, right? The media making you feel like you don't, you know, with all these social freaking media and all these filters and stuff have really been messing with people's heads. Maybe there are people that you really, really miss that have been lost along the way, and maybe some of you don't know how to do things without them. But there's a bridge in the background, fam. So whether you're a goth like me and you like wearing black or not, right? I always felt like I understood Sarah Winchester continuing to wear black for the rest of her life. She lost not only her husband, but what? It began with her father-in-law and her husband. She lost her baby. Her child, her infant had that, I can't remember the term for it, where your body can't properly digest and metabolize food and your sustenance. She only lived to be a few days old. And Sarah wore black for the rest of her life. I get that. I get that. That goes beyond the goth lifestyle. And quite frankly, you don't have to wear black to be goth. Goth is a music subculture. Music-based subculture. But there's so much to look forward to. The Two of Cups is new beginnings, new love, new partnerships. And there's a bridge going over the water, over troubled water. Yeah. So that you can go home, your home, where you belong, the rest of your life, fan. Let it go. They never served you. They not only do not currently serve you, they never served you. Stop taking one on the chin. Stop turning the other cheek. You deserve better. Please don't be among those that is cruel to you, that are. This cycle is ending only if you allow it. Please get out of your own way. You have so much to look forward to. It's been difficult. It's taken forever, it feels like, for some. Whether you're being dramatic or not. You know how long it's been. You know. And nobody else gets to tell you what your opinion on it is, okay? Wow. Yeah, I highly recommend group 2 at the very least. Because beginning, ending, right? If you can just hold on and continue healing and taking care of yourself, it's all going to work out. To move on doesn't mean to disrespect their memory, especially if they've passed away, right? That means that they now know. They can see the different sides, right? They know what they did. They know how they impacted you. Like, I'm feeling like the growth, all of this growth. This is your lifetime. You're living it. Unless you're an exception and there are very particulars for breathing for you, you're still the one whose lungs are drawing air, taking in that air, that oxygen, right? No one else can breathe for you. And by that I mean, unless they're performing some form of CPR, thank goodness. They can't live your life for you. They can't speak on your perspective and what is truly best for you. They can give you advice, and you can decide whether or not you want to heed that advice. That's on you. And that's a good thing. That's an incredible thing. Grow, heal, grow, evolve already. You are an incredible human being. You are so kind. I'm not gonna, blow sunshine up your butt and talk to you like you're perfect. We are perfect in our imperfections, right? You're the type of person who could admit when you're wrong, right? Go ahead, correct me if I pronounce anything wrong. I'd rather say things, use words and pronounce them correctly than not. It's all about learning and growth. And as long as you're continuing to grow and evolve, you're doing it right, fam. And no one else gets to decide that for you. So you accept those blessings. Open yourself up to what's still in store for you. You still have so much to look forward to. No one can take that from you unless you hand it over to them. And why would you? Why would you? Right? All right. What are the extra notes that we can do? Whew, there's some heaviness, but it's about to get super light. Get those things off your shoulders that don't belong there. Stop suffering the consequences of others. Should be driving on a two-way street, not a one-way. Right? Oh, here we go again. Another card from the previous round. Don't be a statistic. Right? When we learn about particular people like Bundy or Dahmer and you know, people are always like, oh, what happened in their childhood, right? Aww. You're limitless. Be unbound. Be limitless. What do you want? You're capable of providing that for yourself. There can be a lot of pressure when it's all on you, but it can also be freeing. This is quoting that song, Limitless. I refuse to just exist. I'd rather shoot and miss. So I'm going to raise my fist and live it limitless. It's time for a deep cleanse, fam. Your soul, clear those blockages. Get rid of the darkness that doesn't belong to you. It's not a part of your yin nor your yang. It's not yours to shoulder. Be very sure that the responsibilities on your shoulders truly belong to you. There's a big difference between helping others and placing yourself under their feet. Even if masochism is your thing, you're supposed to have a safe word for a reason, all right? Is it limitless? Fam, you've got this. It's been really rough. It's been difficult. And maybe you feel like you've had some false starts and you get these epiphanies and stuff. But then, that was then. This is now. There's a lot of change happening. Good. Good. Because even if you resemble statistics, you're more than a number. You're more than that. You are everything. Everything. And I believe in you. This vibe that I'm feeling is so like, how do I put this into words? Capable. You're capable. Okay? You're very, very capable. And it's time to let go of whatever it is that's been holding you back from truly... Wait, what does your final form even look like, fam? Because this isn't even your final form. What does it look like? Because we're trying to get there. Get it. Thank you so much for joining me for this tarot reading. I really appreciate your time and energy. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. There's so much incredible incredible, like so many incredible things still in store for you. You're not done yet. So whatever losses you're mourning, whatever pain that's been trapping you, break it down. Heal. You don't need me to tell you that you deserve your hopes and dreams and the life that you want to live. You already know that. So let that voice within you get louder. You tell your subconscious how to think. You retrain yourself. Ooh, the reason why they say to do things like affirmations and such as you're falling asleep and you're waking up is because of theta. That's when your brain is in theta mode, right? And you are much more pliable, if you will. You're more impressionable, you know, like a child, right? When you're creating all of those first, you know, the initial wrinkles in your brain. Our brains don't birth wrinkled. I mean, you know. That's knowledge. That's all of the things, the neurons firing and making those pathways. But you know what? You can create new pathways in your brain. You can retrain your subconscious, and that's what you're trying to do. Keep it up. You've got this. You are not a statistic. You're a human being, and you deserve to breathe in air that isn't toxic. Sorry, my throat is just like, wow. My goodness. Thank you. And always remember that I love you